plan on doing any MSW applications?
Not right now.
Okay.
I want to take like a break from school.
Definitely.
It's kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, it is. It can be a lot. I remember when I was finishing, so I did my undergrad in psychology and theology. And nobody ever told me to do social work. I wish that they did, because they would have saved me like 3 years of graduate school. Because if you get your BSW, you then qualify for a 1-year advanced standing MSW.
Yeah.
And that's like, oh, I wish I had done that. Obviously I didn't, so I took 3 years to get my MSW while working, and then started working and did the doctorate, even though I said I would never do graduate school. So, oh, it's a lot. I get it. You working anywhere?
This seasonal, retail. Back at home, but here now.
Where is home?
Chicago.
Okay. How was it this summer up there? Was it different at all, or like?
Yeah, I just worked and came home. I didn't really do any extra curriculars.
Right. Well, I wondered if retail was affected by like COVID.
Yeah, it was different. It was but I liked it though, because the store wasn't as filled up.
Right.
It was half capacity, so.
That's true. Which store?
I worked at Athleta at the mall, Oakbrook Mall.
Okay.
And it's like a store. They sell workout clothes for women and stuff. It was a really small store, so.
It was different shopping this year. Like, I did buy a few more things online. I think my parents started doing the pickup at Kroger's because they're in their 70s. No cleaning products anywhere. Still no food at some places. Like, they're missing some key ingredients. It's like, is Chicago like that too?
No, not that I know of. Stuff.
That's cool.
I know I did a lot on my shopping. I think a lot of people did. When our store we first opened back up, there was a lot of people that were coming back to do online returns. So they order online.
Right.
They come back and return them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you got to pay for shipping.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. I just returned something for my wife yesterday, as we had a new baby and got the wrong hygiene. So, do you have any questions about stuff so far?
Yeah, about the groups.
Uh-huh.
I don't know who else is in this class.
Right.
I don't really talk to anybody, so.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. So, I know Schoology does not want to participate with us today. I don't know why.
Of course.
But if you get into there, okay, now it's working. I did put materials in here for you all to lead the group. So a lot of folks last semester liked leading what was called the Girls Circle group. So there's a Girls Circle manual, and there's also, the dates that you would pick the group. This is where the best group leadership stuff was. So in your internship, you'll probably, they always have interns lead a group. So this right here tells you every single thing that you need to know, like leading that group, and why people loved it. So if you download it, it has usually groups go about 8 weeks long. If it's, this is for girls 13 to 18. So I think that's why a lot of folks enjoyed it. Because it really kind of hit home and it wasn't as intimidating. So it's working with your peers, and if you lead the group, you can lead it in such a way that you kind of have experience with it. So I wanted to show you here's the weekly guide, and you can pick any one of these groups, and then 6 to 12 pages, they'll tell you every single thing you need to lead that group. A lot of people liked, all the topics, but week 1 was connecting with each other, and that's on page 13. They'll tell you how to introduce yourself and the group, how to ask questions and get things rolling, and then move forward. Week 2 is labels, exploring new perspective. Week 3 is expressing myself. And again, it's like the 10 pages that will tell you everything you need. You can like read off the script if you have to, because this is your all's first time. And then any of these you pick, you just sign up for a date that's in the discussion board. It's really we only have October and November now, so we only have 2 months left. And this is like our CSWE requirement to get accredited, so you all learn how to lead a group. You can pick any of these other ones, like giving voice to feelings, cultivating respect, romantic relationships, what is it worth to you? That was a lot of people's favorites. Girl fights or girlfriends, and then wholeness and completion. So those are the ones you pick from, and you can pick any date in October or November.
Okay, all right, that makes a lot more sense.
Okay, because you're like, wait, do I have to make something all by myself?
I was like,
And
do I have to like the group with like our classmates or?
So yes, traditionally we run it and like we would sit in like a circle and then you have the prompts and you're like, it'll tell you what materials you have to hand out with them and then kind of run through it. So let's see if it has it on like page 13. The format's like opening ritual and they have a theme introduction. Often there's like a check-in. So check-in is the time for the girls to check in with the group and express whether they wish or perhaps to say something about the theme. A talking stick can be used, so like one person talks at a time, just like different ways you can run it. Like a high or low of the week, that's like a popular one. So then having different verbal activities or discussion, or sometimes artwork, or drawing or coloring, and then a sharing of the activity and a closing ritual. So that's pretty much how all of them will run. Well, yeah, here it is, and it tells you all the materials for each one. I can try to help you guys get those if you need them, or if we need to make it electronic. I mean, we'll figure out how to run it. And that's probably how they'll have you run it at your like practicum, is they'll say, here's a group we want you to lead. When I worked at Lighthouse Youth Services, they wanted us to lead a trauma group, but they got us all the stuff we needed and then gave us the materials, how to run it. So that's nice when they give you the stuff. Sometimes they'll just have you wing it, but that's not cool. So this is like the second, there's 3 major assignments. The first one is observing a group of either Alcoholics Anonymous, and now they're all on Zoom meetings.
Okay.
So you can either go in person or you can go online, and as long as it's listed as an open meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous, you're allowed to go. If it's closed, that's only for alcoholics.
Right. Okay.
Open meetings, you attend and then write up. It was at the very end. There's like this that talks about the group assessment. So the name of the group, the primary purpose, the credentials, the setting. Have you ever been to an AA meeting? Okay, so it's cool to watch. Like that's something that in undergrad they made us all do for psychology class, and they do it for like addiction studies classes. So that's actually the first assignment. So I jumped ahead to the group one, because I think that's what you were asking about.
Yeah.
Is that the one you were asking about?
Yeah, I was asking about that. And then, so with that, the Alcoholics Anonymous, so how would we like get in touch with the Zoom meeting?
They have online, if you go to like aa.org, they have like a whole list. You can go in person too. They have in-person meetings, and that's like the address that's listed in Schoology. But like if you go in here, it's just aa.org, and then like sometimes, maybe find a meeting near you or even a Zoom meeting. What is the zip code up here? Do you know?
45384.
So maybe they'll have, because we all actually drove during class time to a meeting last semester. I don't know if that wants to work. So just find a spot. That would be why. See if I can just try it. There we go. And they usually just have like a list. So there's Dayton, Middletown, Columbus. Those are like the closest to you. Also, I remember when I did a quick search of like AA meetings online, I found like a ton. I think that Cincinnati had the largest, and AACincinnati.org. And then you just, from there, they have like list of our online meetings. And that was kind of interesting. Um, that would be it, okay. And then it'll have like a list of any of those meetings. Would you prefer to go in person or go for like a Zoom one?
Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't have the means of transportation, so.
So I guess you would click online, and then once you click like online, there's a whole list of these. And they even have like, well, that one's closed, so you wouldn't want to do that, but there's a lot of open ones that are, I had looked at, I think I was looking at Thursday, because that's the night of the class, like if people were doing it Thursday, open discussion meeting, and then they have the password too.
Okay, oh wow, that's really accessible. Okay.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
If for whatever reason one of them doesn't work, I would imagine another one will work. And if they have you introduce yourself or something, you can say that you saw it was an open meeting, you're doing this for school, or you don't have to say anything. It's totally up to you.
Okay.
So that way you can see how those are run.
Yeah.
And then you do your little write-up. It's at the end of the syllabus. And then, so that's the first. The second one's leading that group with this girl circle. The third is then writing a either group proposal or a grant proposal.
Okay.
And the reason we do that is what's that?
I've done
Have you really?
Yeah.
Which one do they do that in?
I did, it was taught by Dr. Aberdeen. I did it last semester.
Okay.
It was we did like a PowerPoint, kind of like it was like the prompt was like if you had like a endless, like money was no issue, like what would you, like a proposal of what you want to do.
Right.
Yeah, like if something that interests you and then you write a proposal for it and you did like a PowerPoint and all that stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I do like that one. And if you want to piggyback off of that, that is totally fine. Like to put that into your paper and use your references. I like stuff that builds on itself.
Mm-hmm.
One cool way to get into it for especially when you work out in the field and do the social work is I think it's called grants.gov. And then from there, you want to search like different social work grants that are actual funding money and like pieces that you can apply for. So if you search here, what population did you want to work with?
School.
So like elementary education, trauma-informed care, or like
I didn't get go over detail.
right.
I just know that I worked with either with like elementary school or like junior high.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of what keywords to search with it. If you hit search on something. Well, they have a school improvement program that was posted a long time ago. They have, that's interesting. Monitoring cause-specific school absenteeism for estimating community-wide influenza SARS-CoV-2. That's interesting too. So it gives you an idea of like the funding that would be available for this type of stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and click this one as it looks social worky, and it, you can put the link in, and there it is. The award ceiling is $1 million. The floor, the minimum is $500,000. So like it just gives you an idea of like the whole process of like if you were to try to create a job, even if you just get a $30,000 grant to fund your internship or $60,000 to fund your position. So as detailed as you can get it, but like I'll put up examples of grants we had written in the past and stuff like that. So, and that's like the gist of it. But hopefully, during the class periods, we're all going to ideally be leading groups and sign up for a group to lead. So, Any questions on those?
Oh, for the AA meeting, is there like a specific, date that you want us to pick?
I believe, I thought everybody could get it done by the middle of October.
Okay,
So just to like stay streamlined, like do that in the next 2 weeks, lead a group the 2 weeks after that, and then begin.
okay,
Luckily, we're online until like Christmas, so you can have more time to write that stuff. But if we get both those knocked out in October and November,
okay.
I think I have one on, and I'll look up the date. I don't know why it's saying I have 35,000 unread emails. But it drives me insane every time. So I try to mark them all as read, and just like, that's the only way I know if I got a new email. I'm like, please, please. That's how I know how to reply to people, and if it says nothing, it's unread. Anyway, all right, I'll deal with that later. So, let's see if I go into here. Are you able to find everything? Are you in 50W or 50H? I don't know. That's the confusing thing to me, because like I'm trying to post the same thing into everyone.
I am in 50H.
Okay. So, oh yeah, I did have you guys pick in a group by next week, and then observing a group. This says October 15th.
Okay. So
And-
that's the AA?
Yeah, that's the in-person place that we went last year. So 444 Country Club Drive. Like if you want to go in person, you can. It's in Xenia. You don't have to.
Okay.
I mean, everybody did with me last semester, but it definitely was an experience. You know what I mean? It's neat that they are online now, because you can have that kind of autonomy, and if you want to participate, talk, or not, or whatever, that's totally you. You just get to see it happen as it happens. So, and then there'll be a discussion board like every week. So that's kind of how we get out of here by, start at 5:45 and get out of here. It's supposed to go till 8:30, but because it's a hybrid, we're putting a lot of the stuff online to finish earlier. So, because I know someone was coming from Dayton. That wasn't you, was it?
No.
Okay, because somebody said, I'm coming from Dayton. Please wait, I'm sorry, it totally slipped my mind. So I hope that covered the questions for you.
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Then I will, we'll have other discussions and videos. Actually, this one looks like I had discussions all throughout. So, all right, I will end this one for now, because I'm